Cool. So, looks like YouTube has this new like live streaming, sort of like Facebook's I guess go live. So we're gonna try it out, see how it works. Been a while since I've streamed. I've been trying to avoid sitting at my desk for a while. My shoulders and neck have been bothering me. So why you haven't really seen me for a while. Not sure what stage Yoshi Raptor was at last, but I've been doing some work on him. Aw. No, wax paper. Got glued to the workstation. That sucks. Lame. I get a new wax sheet because this one's gross. Anyway, so Yoshi Raptor's coming along pretty well. Kind of slow, but he's coming. Ew. What I have left to do for him is I'm currently working on the shell and then his little back ridges. And I kind of waffled on if I wanted to give him back ridges or not. But in the end, I decided, yeah, I should probably do that. Since I'm not giving him little tennis shoes, he's going to keep his little claws. I think outside of the shell, the thing that's taken the longest was disassembling his body. Modeling the shell took a long time. I'm not happy with this shell at all. Where's his arms? There's his arms. There's an arm. Oh dear. Did I lose the other arm? That would be most unfortunate. Because I can't. I guess I could just model a new one, but that would be a pain in the butt. Oh, there it is. Okay, found it. Let me hop on to Facebook real quick and just say, hey, we're live streaming. If I were wiser, I've done that. If I were wiser, I would have done that before I started streaming. Random Sunday live stream. Is live stream one word or two? What do you guys think about it? Should it be one word? Should it be two? Let that be the debate of the day. Should live stream be one word or two? I'm here. I just can't multitask. This has probably been a real boring 5 minutes. I should give you something to look at. Look at that. There's Yoshi's face. This really is something I should have probably done, like, before I hit go live. I hope to assemble and have them finished by the end of today. So then I can start working on next project. Okay. So, Yoshi's face is 3 parts. It's the top jaw, the bottom jaw, and the tongue. Which I was really pleased to see that came out, because that made painting the mouth so much easier. And how I got all of the parts to disassemble. I did, initially I did the boiling method, which is you boil some water and you dip the pop in the water, wait a couple seconds, like wait, maybe 30, 45 seconds to a minute, retrieve pop carefully because boiling water is hot and you will hurt. Wiggle, parts loose. So I did that for most of the body, and then I also later on took a heat gun to individual parts, like the arms. I got all up close and personal with the arms. I might have to take my Dremel and revisit these little spots right here where the shoulders, where the arms go in, so that way they fit better. And I think that's just something I'm going to have to end up doing to accommodate for the glue that will hold them in place. Oh. Glue accommodation. So that's it. That's what I've pretty much been working on. Right now we're working on getting the shell I'm getting the shell how I like it. I struggle with the light source so much, guys. Like, I try, and it just doesn't want to work. So, I don't know. Let's see. Oh, come back. I'm going to go ahead and just do a black glaze, see what that does, because I'm not too happy with how the shell is rolling. Let's go ahead and see what we can do with what we got. Maybe all I need to do is the black glaze and I'll like it a little better. We're using Folk Art Metallic Sequin Black. Initially I was really disappointed because the black sequin isn't that dramatic, isn't that pronounced. And I was a little disappointed when I initially bought it for the project I purchased for it. Kind of disappointed, but I think it's kind of grown on me because it's not so dramatic. Like, I'm able to use it as a glaze. And I feel like it adds a nice little vibrancy in the glaze. I don't know. It's what I used. It's what I used for the rest of them, and can't really see it on camera, but it adds just a nice little life to it. It's very subtle. It's very, very subtle. And you know what? It probably would look just as fine if it had been just plain black, but we're going to say that the little extra sequins makes it look nicer to help me feel better about spending money on that paint. One of the things, I did a stream on Twitch, I think it was probably about 2 weeks ago, and one of the things I appreciate about Twitch is that I can play music and not have to worry about YouTube being angry. So here we go. I have basically covered the Yoshi shell in tar. That's kind of what it looks like. So I'm going to take a towel and pull off all that paint that we just put down. We don't want it. We changed our mind. We don't want it. Actually, yeah. Go in there, just kind of, we just want it to, oh, no. And that's one thing I had issues with when I was painting Yoshi. Sometimes when you're picking the glaze back up, it'll take the paint that you laid down, and it's kind of frustrating. Now you got to go back, get a little water to help pick this up. Encourage some of the stuff around the edge of the shell to loosen up, because I want it to help make those crevices and that texture more visible, add depth to it, show off some of the imperfections of it, because I didn't go in and I didn't sand anything on the shell. So I wanted it to have that texture, but I don't want it to just like completely block out all of the light of the shell. Not too bad. Yeah, I think it looks a lot better than what I when it was just the solid colors. So I'm just going to go back in and touch up. Just go back in and touch up the spots that got wiped off in the glaze. And then I'll go back. Once that's had a chance to dry, I'll go back and touch it back up with more glaze. So that way it'll try and be a little more uniform. Probably have some of seems like each project I'm like, all right, my next one I need to keep it kind of simple. Just keep an easy one. And then I end up like, oh, but this would be cool. This would be cool. Let's do this. I don't know what. I think my next project is going to be making a character from Sherlock. I'll do Lestrade. Needs the base that I picked up needs a trench coat. Might have to sand down his chest. Or I could pick up, I don't know what I could do. So yeah, I'm gonna let that, set that aside, let that dry. I'm pretty happy with the arms, so I think that's what I'm going to do next, is trim all these arms. Work on the armholes. That'll be noisy. Aww. I just dropped the arm. Where did I had it. I literally, you guys, you saw it. I had it and I just dropped it. Ah! I don't know. Is there any stages of this process that anyone would be interested in me like going into depth or showing on the stream? Because right now it's just, holy cow! Where did it go? What? Oh, watches these because that would have been really embarrassing. That could be really embarrassing. Okay, let's dig out the Dremel. Maybe. Here it is. Actually, you know what? No. There's something I want to try before I Dremel. Get my pastels out. So I'm pleased with how this black is in there, but I kind of want to see if I can also add some depth and variety by going in with some chalk pastel and pulling a highlight or two. Clean that up from Yeah, that's the thing with these like Funko projects. You'll be like, oh, I want to keep this simple, and then you start working on it, and the next thing you know, it's not simple anymore. You're modeling a shell and going through your chalk pastel collection, going, this is a good lizard green. Clean it off. I used some chalk pastel to help bring out some shadow on Lars's hair, and I think that really did make a big difference. Oh yeah, clean off my hand using the towel that is covered in the chalk pastel that I'm trying to clean off. But here's Lars. And in those crevices right there, I added some booger off light. Yeah, you can kind of see in those little crevices areas. I took some chalk pastel just to add some depth because paint would have been too extreme. I'm just gonna kind of do a light dust. Just to kind of break up, add some variety, add some color interest. But yeah, if someone is actually listening or watching or any of that jazz, if there is a specific stage in this process you're interested in seeing, like more in depth or anything like that, or if you have any requests for a project you'd like to see done, I've got a couple projects that I've got a list, and they're mostly just pops that I want, but I'm always open to hearing some thoughts and suggestions on what you guys would think would be interesting. And I'm even open to like selling some of these guys. Not the ones that I'm doing for my collection, mind, but you know, these are fun to do, and if I can keep this in frame so you guys have something interesting to look at other than just a sheet of wax paper, that'd be great. I don't know. Oh, I'm getting hungry. Take him off the stand. Yoshi butt. Hashtag Yoshi butt. Make it so. So I think my next project, I'm gonna work on my custom shepherd. I've been talking about it forever. Like that was the project that initially made me go, I wonder if I can. The one that actually made me like go, all right, let's do it, was it was a birthday present for a friend of mine. And that was still to date the hardest pop I've worked on. Not hardest, most challenging. Probably because it was one of my firsts. Learned a lot though. Yeah. I should be talking, just to have some sort of interest going on. I don't know if this is going to stick to his little claws. Let's compare. Yeah. Yeah, little. Enough. Enough. It's subtle, but it's there. This is actually pretty zen. I wonder, are makeup tutorials like this? Where you're like, you see someone just like pat, 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 puff, 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 puff. Puff, 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 puff. Oh. Now for the important part. Yoshi's head. I don't know why. I saw the Velociraptor pop online, and I was like, you know what? That'd make a great Yoshi. I mean, I'm not wrong. But it was just like, Yoshi. You know, as you do. So I must say, I'm really excited. I picked up Powerline from Hot Topic on Friday. That was my congrats, you survived. You survived the week. Sort of thing. Yeah, so I got a Powerline. Downside though, he has huge gob of white paint in the corner of his mouth, outside of his lip. It was supposed to be his teeth, but they got it on his lip. Not very attractive, so I'm gonna have to bust out some nail polish remover and fix that. Puff, 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 puff. But when Yoshi's done, I might toss him like on Etsy or eBay. I think my next pop will be. Oh, I already said what my next pop is gonna be. No, I'm gonna do my Shepherd, my Commander Shep. Get her done. I'd been huffing and puffing over what head sculpt to use, because originally I got Daniels from the Alien. What Prometheus? As I said a little bit ago, I want to do a Greg Lestrade. Because lit nerds for the win. Lit nerds for the win. It's kind of